What's up, everybody? It's Old Man Winter 8 for Sun and Ski Sports, and this is the Thirtytwo Women's STW Double BOA from the ground up. So STW stands for spin to win. Whether you're talking about on your snowboard or we're talking about spinning those BOAs, this is one of the best-selling boots in the Thirtytwo lineup and definitely a staple since it was introduced. So starting on the bottom, we've got their performance rubber outsole on this entire thing. So not only is it durable, but with this 90-degree kind of squared off rubber lugs on the bottom, you're getting ultimate grip, no matter what kind of snow you're walking around on, or if you're just walking to and from the car. And then when we move up to the midsole, it's their STI Evolution Foam midsole, which is very, very lightweight overall in the boot, but it also adds a ton of cushioning underneath your foot. And then on top of the midsole, but directly underneath your foot, we're looking at their Comfort insole, which is adding another layer of foam underneath your foot for cushioning and a little bit of a fleece liner to make sure that your foot stays warm, not just from the top, but also from the bottom. And a little bit of cupping around the outside of this just to fill in any extra area that might be in between the wall and the bottom of the liner, so it can reduce that foot fatigue when you're walking around and riding on your feet all day long. And then from there, we moved up to the outer of the boot. We're looking at a 1-to-1 lasting, so that means that half sizes are true half sizes, so you're getting the best fit no matter what size you're buying. And then when we look at the materials that it's made out of, we're looking at some synthetics and some textiles that are strategically placed in the high wear areas with this little stiffer, sturdier material, also in those areas where you might need that extra support, and then adding those textiles in those key areas to lighten up the boot and also give it flex in the specific areas where you might need the flex. And then when we move to the tongue, it has their 3D molded tongue. So this thing is actually molded around your foot before you even put your foot into the boot. This is not only giving you a better fit overall out of the boot, but it is helping to relieve a lot of pressure from your ankle straps when you are cranking those things down. And then when we move to the back part of the shell of the boot, we notice this calf relief piece. This is where they cut out a part of the back of the boot and then they add in a little bit softer, flexier material. And this is basically to help reduce that pressure on the back of your legs. Sometimes if you have bigger calves or if you are leaning on your boots a lot on the back, it can dig into the back of your leg, which can be very, very uncomfortable. This basically eliminates that problem no matter what size your calves are. And then when we go to the liner on this thing, it is their Comfort Fit liner. We have an integrated lacing system built right onto the outside of it and also Velcro tabs on either side of the tongue. So when you pull this thing tight from the inside, it really helps it wrap around your foot, giving you the ultimate fit. But then those Velcro tabs are helping the tongue stay nice and tight, and you're gonna get an insane fit from the bottom of the liner all the way up to the top. And then on the outside of the liner down in the heel, we have their Grip and Rip Velcro piece, which is on the outside of the liner, but on the inside of the shell. Just one more thing to help link that liner to the shell and keep it from wanting to move around, so you're getting ultimate performance. And then we move to the top of it, you'll notice that nice, soft, furry, cozy cuff, which is making it feel like you've got your favorite blanket wrapped around the top of the boot. And then lastly, we move to the lacing system. It is a dual BOA, so we have the M2 BOA on the side, which is doing the lower part of the boot, and then we have that M4 coiler on the top part of the boot doing the top. So this way you can get a little bit of customization. You can get that thing dialed in so it fits the best way possible. And that M4 coiler is pretty cool because not only is it the coiler, which means when we pull this lace out, it automatically sucks it back in, so you're not having to crank in a ton of laces from your loose boots, but it also has a design where if you happen to slip and catch this thing, like maybe on a step or something, this entire mechanism can actually pop loose from the tongue of the boot so it doesn't get damaged. That way you can snap it back in and you're not gonna miss out any riding during the day. This really is a classic double BOA boot for those intermediate riders, and even some of the advanced riders who just want a softer, easier feel overall are gonna love this thing. But if you got any questions beyond anything we talked about in the video, definitely leave some comments down below. Also make sure to like and subscribe to the Sun and Ski YouTube channel, and make sure to head on into your local Sun and Ski so you can check out the Thirtytwo Women's STW Double BOA for yourself. And if you don't have one nearby, no problem. You can just look them up at sunandski.com.